I'm going to talk about the key to building muscle definition, and it's 2 words: progressive overload. That means getting better in small ways every single workout. So it's so important that you are tracking your workouts, whether you have a plan, you use an app, you have a coach. If you're not repeating the same movement patterns, the same exercises over time, there's simply no efficient way to progress them because you don't know what weight you did before. You don't know how many reps you did. You don't know how it felt because you're not tracking anything. And what we track, we manage. Like, you may have heard the quote before: where your focus goes, your energy goes. What you pay attention to will change. And if you're not paying attention to what exercises you're doing and how you're getting better at them, then how do you expect for your body to have to change and adapt? It's only going to do that if we're applying progressive overload, because it forces the muscles to have to change and adapt. If you're doing a little bit more every time and challenging them beyond their capacity, then those muscle fibers have to increase their capacity and grow in size, in definition. So you can see how I'm applying this here in my workout. I just had my phone out. I'm timing my rest for 2 to 3 minutes between this exercise, and I look at what weight and how many reps I did the week before, and straight up, I'm just trying to beat it. And I like to bias adding more weight rather than doing more reps. So I went up in weight. I'm mentally preparing myself to lift this weight, but I know that my glutes are strong, so even starting it, you can see I'm like, okay, this is going to be a struggle. And then every rep is intense. I'm only doing 8 reps because that's how many I need to progress from last week and also get to that point where I'm reaching just about muscle failure. So you can see it on my face. The first rep should already be hard. If you're not struggling throughout your reps, then how do you expect change to occur? I think lifting heavy and intensely can kind of scare a lot of people, and especially a lot of women. We get scared that doing that is, number one, maybe going to make us bulky, which is definitely not the case. I always like to remind people that at any given weight, actually, the more muscle you have, the smaller you will be, because muscle is more dense than fat. So it's actually going to make you more compact and emphasize the places that we want to emphasize, like glutes and back, getting that nice hourglass shape. And 2, I think a lot of women get scared that they're going to hurt themselves, which is a valid fear. But I do want that first 6 months to even a year of lifting to be about getting your form and your technique right. And there's a debate about mind-muscle connection, but I do think it's important to feel things in the right places first before you can really go all out on building strength as well. So take time to learn the right movement patterns, build the foundation, learn how to have a nice, strong, sturdy core, because doing that will help you to be able to progress and go heavier safely, as well as mindfulness. I think mindfulness is super overlooked, and that's being so present with yourself when you're doing the exercises. My mind is not thinking about what I'm doing after this. I'm not chatting with a friend. I can only think about pushing through my left foot fiercely on this leg press and engaging my core and breathing out. I'm so tuned in to what's happening with my body, because that is what's going to keep me safe. I will not falter because I'm focused. Once again, going back to where your focus is, your energy goes. As soon as I start wandering and thinking about my to-do list, I might, not do a full rep or compensate and do something wrong. So be present. This should be a moving meditation in many ways. It feels good mentally when you're not thinking of everything else, and it's going to allow you to go more intense and progress little by little every time. One way to know that you're getting better over time is to start with the weight that you can do for 4 to 6 reps. Then over time, a couple weeks later, maybe you're getting like 6 to 8 reps with the same weight. And then once again, a few weeks later, however long it takes, it's not always just a few weeks, maybe you're able to do like 10 or 12 reps with the same weight. Then you up the weight. For legs, sometimes you can up at 10 pounds. For upper body, go up even slower, like 2.5 to 5 pounds, depending on where you're at in your journey, but it's just small increments. And then start at 4 to 6 reps, go to 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12. That's an easy way to know that you're progressing over time. You could also, of course, have somebody make a plan for you. I really like also the descending reps and increasing weight. So like the first set, I'll do a feel set, feel my readiness. Do I feel strong today? Am I energized? Okay. Then the next one, I'll go down in reps. So maybe the first one I did 12 reps, then I'll go to 10 reps, increase the weight, and then I'll go to 8 reps, increase the weight. And I'm looking at what I did the week before for 8 reps, and then the following week, I just try to increase it a little bit. So I'm always like biasing, increasing the weight. So that's another way to make sure that you are going up in weight over time, progressing over time. And also, like you see, like I'm just talking over me, videoing an exercise. Sometimes I can see when I mess up, when I do things wrong. That's a key tool. Like try it out, try filming yourself, even if you're not trying to be an influencer and post it on your story. It's a great learning tool to see your form, because you might think you're doing something right, and then you look at the video and you're like, holy cow, like I did not know I was moving like that. So try videoing yourself to make sure you have the form right, and that'll help you to know when to progress as well. Okay, and the last thing for the last little minute of this video is make sure you're eating good. I was doing everything right for a long time, but I was eating too few calories and definitely not enough protein. So work with somebody or figure out yourself how much you actually need to eat to gain muscle and how much protein your body needs in order to recover and build that muscle. It is so necessary. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe, like, and tell me what was helpful.